Hello, everybody. It's me, TONIK TZW, talking a little bit more quiet than I normally do because the little man is fast asleep upstairs in bed, and I'm having a little bit of time just editing some videos and getting them uploaded. As you can see from the splash screen and from the team list here, that I had the pleasure of dropping in division with Johnny Rocket, and also there in the P bag on blue team is none other than one of the most recent CCs, BigB2OhGaming, who I think lives in Hawaii. I think I've also said it before that he is one of the most chill and relaxed players that you will ever see in this game. Much more relaxed than I get at times. I've never, ever once heard him lose his temper. He might make a few comments about players or position and things like that, but yeah, the guy doesn't get stressed. But hey, I guess that's what comes from living in Hawaii, even though you are basically living on top of giant volcanoes. But there we go. Now he was live streaming this match. If I can remember, I'll put a link in the comments to the live stream and the timestamp for the match on his live stream. Um, but what I think happened in this game is that people weren't stream sniping. He wasn't necessarily doing count-ins, but I think that everybody was sync dropping into his matches. Because to be frank, I got away with so much in this game when I was quite certain that I should have been getting slapped silly. I don't play the Georgia a lot. I've got the Georgia and the Georgia W, but RNG just seemed to completely shaft me for any semblance of damage on broadside battleships. Literally sat flat broadside when I'm thinking, yep, this is going to be at least one citadel. And every single shot I was getting over penetrations, I was getting bounces, and the penetrations that I was getting weren't really doing a lot at all. So what I'm doing wrong here, I don't know. But I think it was just RNG screwing with me for this game, because we do end up with a couple of decent hits in this game. But I might have to take this one into the training room and test it out against a few different tier 8 and legendary ships to see where I need to be aiming. Um, this mines pops out. Here we go. Look, full send there onto a broadside mines, and we get one shell on it. Literally one over penetration on a broadside mines. That guy, I think, if that had been me in the mines and somebody else in the Georgia, I would have been staring at the "you were just killed by" screen and then heading back to port. But he's gone. The other ship I'd like to point out in this game is the Musashi, which is over to our left side of the minimap, because that guy just seemed to sail around following Big B2O like a little bit of a fanboy, and he hung right out on the peripherals of the map. And even though I asked him for support a number of times, it wasn't really forthcoming. Here we go. Look at this. Full health Musashi. Right? Pretty much flat broadside, in range, shots on, and that's not my hit. That's the battleship to my right who's just hit him. I get, let's have a look. Looks good, doesn't it? No. We get like 5-6k damage off that guy at most. Now, I watched Big B2O's replay of this video on his live stream, and it was really nice to see that he was thinking of the gameplay very similar to the way in which I was thinking of the gameplay in this. But by his own admissions, as he's playing the game, he does get himself stuck a little bit behind that rock, and I kind of figured that he was stuck and couldn't come out from behind that rock because there were so many big ships coming around this side of the map, and pretty much 7 of the 9 ships are going to come round to what is the top side of the mini-map, the north side, and basically the other 2, which are a destroyer, I think it's a Friesland and a Vladivostok, they are eventually going to come round to the right side of the mini-map and come round behind us. And this battleship that's just in front of me now, he's given out some good punishment to Red Team so far. But he's going to make a mistake now. I believe it's a Tirpitz, and he is going to make a horrible mistake. And I don't know what he was thinking, but it was a little bit too early to push into that open water. You know, it's like read the room, buddy. There's far too many big ships out there with far too many hit points to be going and sitting in the middle of open water, because you've got 2 there on your right, you've potentially got 1 on your left, and you're sat flat broadside to all 3. Pommern, massive secondaries. Pommern's got torpedoes too, if I remember rightly. And I'm going to aim a little bit up the waterline of the Pommern, because we know he's got that turtle armor. Our Tirpitz disappears. The Chekhalov doesn't seem to have a clue on how to drop skip bombs, because he's dropping them from my front, and he's going to have almost as much luck. No, he's going to have a little bit more luck with his torpedoes, but not a great deal. So I'm guessing that's somebody that had 750,000 global XP sat on the side, that didn't have anything to do with it, saw that it is the most OP carrier in the game at the moment, and decided that he was going to be the bane of everybody's life. I've pushed out. We've got rid of the Pommern, and I'm looking around. Kansas, okay, and Damagi, okay. So not been doing too much damage shooting at their water lines. He is angled. We go a little bit high at the superstructure, and we get a fairly decent hit out of that one. I'm like, okay, we'll go high again, see what we can do. It wasn't the Masashi, sorry, I talked about earlier. It was the Heisen. But here come the torpedoes. Again, he's dropping them on the front of me. I don't know why, but the Heisen is going to get, sorry, the Amagi is going to get a lovely little tickle right now. And that's probably the best damage shot out of this game, or at least one of the 2. And I'm just trying to do what I can to position and stay alive. He's going to disappear out of the game. We pick ourselves up a kill and a cap reset to go with the assist. And this next bit of the gameplay is where there was a little bit of confusion. There we go. Chekhalov skips bombs on me again. I think he tried to drop them directly on top of me and completely screwed it up. But we put the shots out at this Kansas, and BigB2O there is pushing out. And yeah, I think he was not exactly panicking, probably panicked as close as he gets to panic, given how cool and calm he is. But he puts 1 set of torps out there, and I'm waiting for my reload coming up. I'm thinking, come on, and I'm thinking, now I hold my shot here because I don't want to fire, because he's got torps running on him, and I think he's going to hit the rock and stop dead. And if I lead my shot too much, and at the same time, Johnny Rocket has called this Vladivostok pushing round on me, which is why I've reversed and brought my bow back around to the Vladivostok. Um, but yeah, I thought if he hits the island, he's going to stop, and my shots will land in front of him. So I was holding to see if he hit the island before I put those shots into him. Thankfully, BigB2O's torpedoes picked up the kill on that one, and the Kansas disappeared back to port. Now, both he and the Heisen there on the left are focusing the carrier who's trying to run away. 3 ships left on red team. The Friesland, the Vladivostok, and the carrier. And the Friesland and the Vladivostok, as you can see, are going to be basically right here in front of us. Good news is Friesland doesn't have torpedoes and don't have to worry about that. But 2 turrets on to the Vladivostok. Very sadly, Johnny Rocket is going to go out here to the Friesland as he kills the Frieslands, but I'm going to put the rear turret just as out at that Vladivostok, just for the sake that it was loaded. Drop the kill on that, the carrier's gone, and that is the game over. I think I'd like to say a respectable 152,000 damage with 2 kills, with a couple of assists, with some cavalry sets, and nicely only, what is it, 20 XP difference between me and Big B2OhGaming. Red team did certainly weigh in heavily on our side of the map, and I think they were all after a CC kill. And I'd like to think that we did our little bit in stopping them from doing that and bringing a win home for blue team. So GG's Big B2O, great game there. It was a pleasure to be part of it. So I'll drop this one on New Year's Eve. I've got a couple of other games saved to drop on you. Um, I'm probably going to kick up the game for a couple of hours on New Year's Eve. I have no plans. If I do live stream, I hope to see you there. If not, basically take care of yourselves. Good luck and have an awesome new year. Bye bye for now.